wonderful. You know, Iran is famous for all its meals, that they're so delicious. But what makes them so delicious from the very beginning? I'll tell you what it is. It's the ABCs, the spices, and that's something that we're going to be looking at today. The rich and delicious taste of the meals in Iran would not be possible without the magical spices that are added during the process of cooking. The person in charge of what goes on in the kitchen at home would buy a selection of spices from a shop like this in order to prepare their recipes.
پرفروش‌ترین ادویه ما زردچوبه هستش و بعد از اون فلفل. به دلیل اینکه زردچوبه و فلفل یه طبیعتی داره که اون بوی زخم و بوی بعد غذا گوشت و ماهی و مرغ رو میگیره و یه عطر خوبی به غذا میده. از قدیم الایام ادویه برای این توی غذا استفاده میشده که حالت بالانس بکنه طبیعت غذا رو. اگه غذای سرد هستش رو به گرمی بره یا اگه گرمه رو به سردی.
It's not only the taste that spices play a big role in. One can also look into the health benefits that come with them. Turmeric, for example, has been used in Asia for thousands of years. Due to its distinctive color, it was first used as a dye and later on became a major part of medical properties. Well, let's not forget the most expensive spice in the world, saffron, which is used in many Iranian cuisines, and it's delicious. Iran is proud to account for approximately 90% of the world's production of saffron. This super ingredient is among the most expensive of spices by weight on the face of the earth. Its recorded history goes all the way back to the 7th century BC in the ancient Near East. Sumak is a must-have if you want to enjoy a typical Persian kebab to the fullest. It gives you that unique tangy taste as well as countering the grease and fat that we digest. Personally, this is why kebab kubide has become my favorite meal of all time. With all this delightful Persian hospitality comes a very traditional dish known as kebab kubide. And never forget the sumak, which gives it that slightly tangy taste. Delicious.
سماق هم که خب یه جزء لاینفک چلو کبابه. حتی امروزه میبینید در هر جای ایران که یه چلو کبابی که مثلا منزل شما بزن یه بسته کوچولو سماق هم کنارشه. چون شما میدونید که گوشت خودش یک مقدار اسیدوریکینا تولید میکرده. این ضد اسیدوریک آنتی اکسیدانه و خیلی مسائل دیگه که برای نقرس و اینا و به خصوص طعم دهنده خوبی هم هست.
Here is an example, a typical meal for the average Iranian family. It is named lubia polo. The dish is made up of lamb, rice, beans, fried onions, and of course, the essential spice that goes with it, saffron. I don't recommend sticking around to watch something like this cook because it will make your mouth water, big time.
بیشترین ادویه‌ای که در ایران به کار میره زردچوبه هستش، گل گلاب، زعفران و انواع فلفل سبز و فلفل سیاه که بهترین نوعش در ایران تولید میشه.
Well, this is a very typical Iranian meal that families usually have. It's called lubia polo. It's being prepared right here, and this lady is about to add the very delicious spices. No wonder it's so delicious. Professional cooks in Iran are indeed very careful as to the timing of adding the spices. In a dish like lubia polo, the saffron is liquefied and mixed into the rice during the cooking process, which gives it that rich scent and golden look. To cut a long story short, this is the finish that comes with a special Shirazi salad. Yum yum! I'm Samson Seez for Iran.
Tehran is a megacity with a population of around 13 million people. It's a modern city with a modern architecture. Flats and high-rise buildings rule the whole city. From the outside, it's quite dense and all the houses look the same, but from the inside, well, let's go and see what makes the architecture of some of the buildings quite different from the rest. For some of the architects in the country, building a structure is not just about keeping up with the latest architectural trends. It's more about building a house that adapts with the functional needs of its users. Let's take a look at this one. This is the Sharifiha house, a flexible structure with 3 turning boxes or rooms that can be rotated 90 degrees to open up the terrace during hot summers and turn back to a horizontal position to keep the house warmer during the cold, snowy winters. Ali Taqabuni is the mastermind behind the creation. He was inspired by the country's traditional houses, which offered both a winter and a summer living room for the residents. So right now we're going to see another house. It's basically a childhood dream come true, an eco-friendly house that will certainly blow your mind away. A portable house made from wood and built in just 3 days, 72 pieces to be precise. 36 parts for the roof and 36 for the body, all fastened with screws. It's not one of the usual houses that you see each day. It's a house that connects you to nature and makes you feel calm and restful, undisturbed from the outside world. Abbas Eftekhari is the architect of this house who has been living here with his family ever since it was built. He has studied industrial design, restoration of historic monuments, and interior design, and he has been teaching them all in the university for 18 years. Mr. Eftekhari told me that wood is a naturally grown and engineered material which contributes to an overall removal of greenhouse gases from the atmosphere. At the same time, it's structurally strong and acts as a natural insulator due to the air pockets within its cellular structure.
این خونه آب گرم مصرفیش رو از خورشید انرژیش رو میگیره. بخشی از انرژی الکتریکیمون رو از سولار سلایی که روی بام نصب داریم میگیریم. تفکیک آب خاکستری و آب سیاه رو داریم. آب خاکستری رو به گونه‌ای به چرخه استفاده داریم برمیگردونیم، برای آبیاری داریم ازش استفاده میکنیم.
The family's sun clock was also interesting to see. Mr. Eftekhari explained to me that as the sun moves across the sky, the shadow aligns with different hour lines which are marked on the dial to indicate the time of the day.
در هنگامی که خونه تخریب میشه، یه مشکل زیست محیطی باز ما داریم برای مسائلی مثل سیمان و سنگ و بتون و گچ و امثال هم که دچار مسائل زیست محیطی میکنه ما رو. در صورتی که توی چوب اگه به چرخه تولید بخواد برگرده که خیلی راحت میتونه به نئوپان و امثال هم تبدیل بشه. اگرم که بخواد به طبیعت برگرده ظرف 2-3 سال تجزیه میشه.
Every nook and corner of the house was also filled with different wooden sculptures, and as we understood, Abbas Eftekhari has a hand in sculpting too. It's a dreamy experience, rubbing your hands on the different shapes of wood and smelling the woody fragrance and looking at the colorful, delicate veins as they each tell you their life story. We live in a world constantly surrounded by technology. Maybe it's about time we got in touch with Mother Nature, becoming environmentally aware and reconnecting with the energy of the universe. Hoda Lezgee for Iran.